Court denies Nnamdi Kanu bail, orders accelerated hearing. INEC issue political parties no-time extension for submission of candidates' names ultimatum. Troops rescue 16 abducted in Katsina after 46 days in captivity. On the foreign scene, DR Congo reporter gets 6 months over military intelligence story. Hello and welcome to Trust News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thank you for joining us, and now the details. Now, Justice Binta Nyako of the Federal High Court Abuja on Tuesday denied the bail of the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. The court, however, ordered accelerated hearing of the case involved in the embattled IPOB leader, who is facing charges bordering on treasonably felony. Delivering ruling, Justice Nyako held that the court will only grant an accelerated hearing in the matter and ordered the prosecution to call its first witness. Counsel for Kanu, Aloy Ejimako, expressed his displeasure over the ruling, saying the IPOB leader's legal team cannot go on with the proceedings if not given an opportunity to speak with their client. Ejimako added that it has been difficult to have a meeting with Kanu in the custody of the DSS, as their conversations was always monitored, adding that Kanu is still wearing the same outfit which the court ordered to be changed. He alleged unfair treatment of his clients, which he said contravened the Nigerian institution or constitutions. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, says there will be no time extension for political parties that have not submitted their nominated candidates for the Edo governorship elections slated for Saturday, September 25th, 2024. INEC Chairman Mahmoud Yakubu stated this during the Commission's first consultative meeting with political parties for the year 2024. Noel Samson has more.
To hold on the 25th of September 2024 and on the 16th of November 2024 in Ondo State. With primaries concluded in Edo State, the INEC chairman urged the political parties to follow the schedules of the commission.
Only 6 parties have uploaded their nominations to the portal as at this morning. We urge you to keep to our schedule of activities and avoid last-minute rush that may undermine your ability to successfully nominate your candidates. There will be no extension of time beyond the deadline already published in the timetable and schedule of activities for the election. For the Ondo State governorship election, party primaries begin in the next 2 weeks on 6 April 2024.
Chairman of the Intra-Party Advisory Council, IPAC, Yusuf Dantale, promised that IPAC will do everything in its power to make sure the off-cycle elections are free, fair, and successful.
As we prepare for the forthcoming governorship elections in Edo and Ondo State and subsequent polls, IPAC will partner with INEC and stakeholders in the electoral process to further consolidate our democracy and restore Nigeria's dignity and prosperity as the great arsenal of democracy in Africa.
Meanwhile, both INEC and IPAC have assured Nigerians of having an off-cycle elections that will reflect the will of the people. Noel Samson, Trust TV News, Abuja.
Meanwhile, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is optimistic that the All Progressive Congress will secure victory in the gubernatorial election in Edo State, which comes up later this year. The president, brimming with confidence, presented the party's flag on Monday to the Edo APC gubernatorial candidate, Senator Monday Okpebholo, at the State House, Abuja. Kehinde Amodu reports.
As the Edo gubernatorial elections draw nearer, the 3 top political parties in the race in that election are embroiled in crisis. The primaries of all 3 parties, the All Progressive Congress, People's Democratic Party, and Labour Party, all produced factions. While the other 2 parties have internal mechanisms to solve their disputes, it is expected that with the president endorsing a candidate, the rancor within the APC will sizzle out. President Tinubu seems confident that victory for the APC in the Edo elections is certain, with the support of the presidency.
It is one very important question to me. If you are happy, we are happy. Are you determined? Are you? If you are, we are determined. We are going to work with you. We are going to stay with you like Rock of Gibraltar.
The national chairman of the APC re-echoes that confidence, choosing to ignore the disputes that have led up to this event, which include a court case. The APC national chairman points to the unity of purpose within the party as key to achieving victory in the election.
The party is united because they all gave undertaking. They are unanimous. They are coming together to ensure that we win the election. And there are other strategies that we're adopting in order to ensure that we win this election judiciously.
Senator Monday Obepolo and his running mate Dennis Idahosa have been given flags to contest the Edo elections. But beyond this ceremony, a lot of work lies ahead for these two, if they will bring together all aggrieved parties in time for the elections on the 24th of September. From State House Abuja, Kehinde Amodu, Trust TV News.
The Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Benjamin Kalu, has charged the senior legislative aides to brace up to the discharge of their duty with professionalism and in-depth knowledge of the nation's economy. He made this call at the opening of a two-day retreat for senior legislative aides for the office of the Deputy Speaker with the theme Synergy and Success. The report.
The Deputy Speaker also implored aides to be versatile as members of the Constitution Review Committee in engaging in research and public engagements to ensure proper delivery of an efficient constitution. He noted that they will engage with other committees in providing adequate support for a worthwhile constitution amendment.
Efficiency, professionalism, and ethical considerations should guide our interactions and decision-making processes. You are not only custodians of my office, like has been said here over and over again, but also ambassadors for our nation.
Former Governor of Imo State, Emeka Ihedioha, and the immediate past Deputy Speaker of House of Representatives, Idris Wasi, charged the aides on the need to be loyal professionals to their principal. They also urged the aides to be knowledgeable in critical issues such as security, economy, amongst others, as this will help the Deputy Speaker with proper research, especially as he chairs the Constitution Amendment Review Committee.
And so you can't chair the Committee of the Whole alone. The Committee of the Whole means the Deputy Speaker is supposed to be knowledgeable on several subjects: monetary, economy, security, agriculture, and so that's why he has aides. So the aides are supposed to help the Deputy Speaker in researching and bringing his attention to things that he can do.
Loyalty is very, very important. The person that recommended you is not the person that you are serving. You are serving at the pleasure first with the person of the Deputy Speaker. And I also want to believe that if you say, hey, you commence you for a job and you get the job, your loyalty should be to the institution.
European Union Ambassador to Nigeria and ECOWAS, Samuela Isopi, highlighted significant areas it intends to work with the legislature in ensuring that the democratic process is smooth.
As the largest democracy in Africa, Nigeria is critical to strengthen democratic governance in West Africa, where democracy is under threat. Strengthening and deepening Nigeria's democracy is key to reverse the situation and send a powerful signal to the region.
Other stakeholders at the event commended the Deputy Speaker's office and other partners for coming up with the initiative, saying it is a step in the right direction.
On security matters, the Army troops from Combat Team 3 stationed in Maraban Maigora, Katsina State on Monday rescued about 10 women and 6 minors who had been held captive by bandits since the 3rd of February 2024. Reports said the victims were rescued during a routine patrol at the Remi community after being held by the hoodlums for 46 days. According to the military, the rescued victims were among the 54 women abducted along the Gamji and Dume Road in early February 2024. Following their rescue, the women and children were promptly handed over to the chairman of Sabua local government area, who in turn reunited them with their relatives. Confirming the development, Governor Dukko Rada, in a statement signed by the Chief Press Secretary Ibrahim Kaula Muhammad on Monday, commended the troops for their bravery and decisive action. Now, earlier, we spoke to Trust TV reporter Abdullahi Yamadi in Katsina, who gave us an update via phone call. Take a listen.
Well, thank you very much. You know, the number of the wedding guests that were abducted sometime in February was 63 people. But most of them gradually escaped from the bandits, leaving behind 36 only. Now, with this development, 10 have been released after the payment of 12 million naira ransom by the relatives of the captives. And of course, this was confirmed to me by a resident of Gamji, that is the village where the released victims came from. One Hamisu Rabiu, who is also the media aide to Governor Dikorada in Sabo local government, who said 12 million naira was paid before the victims were released by the bandits.
Did you get to, meet the families? What were the reactions of the families of, these people that were abducted or rescued at the earliest today?
Well, even though these people spent about over 40 days in the hands of the bandits, the families are extremely very happy, despite the fact that they have paid, they have contributed money to pay ransom to the bandits. But honestly, they are excited, they are happy, but they are calling on the government to, as a matter of urgency, ensure the deployment of security operatives and make them very much vigilant to ensure that the area is secured to avoid a repeat of what happened in February 2024. Even though the state government is doing its best to ensure that people are secured, but yet I can tell you that very little is being done to secure this state, because the military and of course the police are doing little or nothing to ensure that this state is secured. I can even tell you that the presence of this community security watch group is much more important to most of these local communities than any other security operative or any other security agency.
A civil society group in Lagos, Nigerian Youth Organization, says the current economic hardship in the nation is contributing to the rising rate of crime in the country. The group, while advising government to create platforms for Nigerian youth to thrive, said the present economic hardship in the country is gradually pushing youth into acts of self-survival, whether criminal or not. The report.
The current economic hardship in the country has been identified by many persons as a major contributing factor to the rise in insecurity. For this civil society organization, there is need for government to address the economic challenges to ensure that many young persons don't engage in criminal acts as a means of survival.
We're going to do lots of orientation for the youth to begin to restore to self-survival is because of economic and social downfall. So we are going to engage in lots of advocacies that will give enlightenment to the Nigerian youths for the reasons why they must join this violence or these vices, and also involve government to make government aware that they can create good platforms for the Nigerian youth to strive. You can see the hardship is bringing about self-reliance, and there are better ways Nigerian youth can resort themselves into self-sufficiency other than the ills in the society. We condemn insecurity, we condemn criminality in the society, and that's where we're going to stand. We are happy that today we have the Tinubu's administration that believes in solving these issues, and that's why you're seeing the gradual process they are taking. They are not wasting time anytime they hear of any issues. In collaboration with the security agencies, they are trying to see how we can correct these vices. And it is the Nigerian youth that are the midst of all these issues. So we are going to engage our constituency to ensure that we support the federal government, each state government that is. In fact, I was advocating that for the now, all state government should tool down any form of development and face the issue of insecurity.
Others are of the opinion that government should invest more in industrialization and agriculture to create more jobs for young persons and prevent mass exodus of young persons from the country.
Government should go back. It's not a matter of paying salaries alone. Government should go back to agriculture, industrialization, social welfare, so that the youth of this country will not be in what we call the mass exodus to other countries. Those youths in those countries also participated in the industrialization and the development of economy, a sound economic policy. That's exactly what we expect the governors to do. By getting money to say you want to do palliative, and then no, it will not work. You need industrialization, agricultural program, and social empowerment. These are the expected obligations from the government.
The group also advised state governments to channel their resources towards the fight against insecurity, as these will guarantee development in other sectors.
You're watching Trust News Update. Coming up, we'll take a look at benefits of irrigation as Benue farmers express their views. This and more after the break. Stay with us. Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. If you're just joining us, this is Trust News Update. Here's a recap of our top stories. We brought you court denies Nnamdi Kanu bail, orders accelerated hearing. And INEC issue political parties no time extension for submission of candidates' names ultimatum. Moving on to more stories, the Yobe State government is set to become the first in Nigeria to domesticate the national policy on internally displaced persons after 12 years of existence. Now, Governor Mai Malabuni, represented by his secretary to the state government, Baba Malam Wali, at a special session with development partners, revealed that the state had allocated 5% of its 2015, 2016, and 2017 total budget to support durable solutions for IDPs in the state. The Yobe State government and the donor partners under its project solution for the internally displaced and host communities, SOLID, also met with representatives of the World Bank, United Nations Development Programme, Internally Organization for Migration, United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees, among other partners, to provide a durable solution for the IDPs. The partners pledged to work with the Yobe government and the host communities to ensure they return to their ancestral homes in a dignified manner. Yobe is the first state in the country to take strategic steps to address the complex challenges of displacement in line and response to the United Nations Secretary General's agenda and solution to displacement. The river Benue is a blessing to those, who can tap from its natural resources. Now, in dry season, business opportunities including farming, fishing, gravel and sand excavation take place within the bank of the river Benue, thereby creating jobs for many in the state. In the farming sector, of course, the peasant farmers are making a brisk business from the dry season farming, tapping from the water resources in the Makurdi part of the river. Take a look.
With the pumping machine technology, the farmers have turned the dry lands into wetlands for cultivation of vegetables, pepper, cassava, rice, among many other crops as the water recedes into the river Benue. The petty traders that come to these farmlands on a daily basis to buy farm produce say it has been a positive economic development for their families.
You no good make woman sit down for house to wait for husband, because sometimes husband no get money to give you, you go carry your own, dey cook for your children. Like me, I get 6 children. Only my husband cannot fit train them, unless I go support her. Woman like me, anywhere where na dey, anybody where sit down for house where you cannot fit do business, stand up, come buy alefo. The alefo dey easy to sell, because if you carry 2,000, 1,000 come, you can buy alefo 2,000, you can sell am 3,000, you can sell am 4,000. You go get your own gain where you go support your husband.
Because this live good. As if you dey house, you will be suffer, but if you are buying the leaf, anyhow you will get little something. You cannot borrow, say give me maggi, give me salt, give me onions. Maybe at least you get 100 naira inside to buy salt and feed your children, or buy a stove and bath them well, or buy cream inside, because you cannot look for all those things. You cannot wait and sit for your husband to come and go and hustle outside, come and give you.
The dry season farmers say it has been a wonderful experience, even though with many challenges that require expertise and adequate finance.
A week at the borrow pumping machine, at the higher pumping machine, 3 days. At the higher rate on Monday, Wednesday, Saturday. And then the pumping machine, they do work for me for 3 hours, 4 hours. They pay 3,500 naira. As some dema, they pay 4,000 naira. If government will help us with the fertilizer, chemical, and give us loan to help us, to assist us, so that we by ourselves, we invite and we encourage the other youth that sit down idle.
The assessment I took for some time concerning this dry season farming, yes, the house of people do normally come when there is dry season, start farming, this irrigational farming, using their pumping machine, put water, women do come, their source of income. But the major thing here is that I could not see the time that the government intervened in terms of at least to help them out on one thing or the other. Let's say the fertilizer or any kind of a grant to help them out.
There have been persistent calls from agricultural experts for farmers to embrace off-season or dry season farming in order to guarantee food security in the country. At the moment, the riverine opportunity is underutilized in Benue State because only a few farmers are practicing irrigation farming, which they say is sophisticated and requires the support of the government at all levels. Jimmy Azandi, Trust TV News, Makurdi.
On the foreign scene, a prominent DR Congo journalist was sentenced on Monday to 6 months in prison for allegedly incriminating the military intelligence in the murder of an opposition politician. Stanis Buyakera, 33, has been jailed since September over an article in Jeune Afrique magazine that suggested Congolese military intelligence operatives had killed opposition politician Cherubin Okende the month before. The article, which was signed, was based on an alleged confidential memo from a separate intelligence agency. The Congolese authorities have said the memo is a fake memo. Now, a Kinshasa court found Buyakera guilty on charges including forgery and spreading false rumors and ordered the 6-month sentence along with a fine of 1 million Congolese francs and equivalent to $400. Now, prosecutors had asked that Buyakera be jailed for 20 years. Japan's central bank pulled the plug on Tuesday on its ultra-aggressive monetary stimulus program, hiking rates for the first time since the global financial crisis. The Bank of Japan's outlier policy of the negative rate and massive asset purchases was aimed to jump-starting economic growth and the price rises after the lost decades of the stagnation and deflation. But on Tuesday, following months of speculation, the BOJ finally changed its policy rate range from minus 0.1% to between 0 and 0.1% in its first hike since 2007. Officials said the move will make loans more expensive for consumers and businesses, while banks will be able to earn more money from lending. In sport, sportwear giant Nike has officially released the 2024 home and away jerseys for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. The Super Eagles jerseys were among many national team jerseys revealed in a video shared on Nike's Instagram page on Monday. The Super Eagles will, for the first time in 3 years, wear white as home jersey and will wear a more design of grey and black as away jersey. While the home jersey is not yet on Nike's website for sales, the away kit is on the sportwear company's website with a price tag of £124.99, which is over 240,000 naira. And according to Nike, the Nigerian 2024 national team away kit celebrates the crossover of football and subculture that brings a unique Naija style to the Super Eagles game. It added that the modern black and green design represents the creative communities that connect across the country whenever the national team takes to the pitch. The Eagles are expected to use the jersey to prosecute the remaining matches for the 2024 African Cup of Nations and the 2026 World Cup qualifiers. And with that, we have come to the end of a Trust TV News Update. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms and join our YouTube for news programs and documentaries. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.